Making a video. Yes. It's good windy outside. Anyway, I should be doing some stuff that I want to do. Anyway, a couple of videos. So, first, you know, Snake Plissken, this guy made a video. So I just get to it quick because, it's not really important. Pig fly kind of thing, when a pig flies, you don't complain about how high. So I guess he's sort of pig flying a little bit here, so I shouldn't really complain at all. So, but I'll just, some of this just sounded a little funny, so I think I'll just play some of it. It sounded a little funny to me.
Like, now that I've told you about it, I mean, the benefit of doing that has been negated, but there is a benefit to doing it.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, right? Now that I've told you, so we was talking about he gave a homeless guy some pizza, and he says he does this all day long. He just finds poor, tragic souls to help out with $5 or $10 worth of help, I suppose, of some kind. And, that's I'll say, yeah, okay, who could be, I'm not against that, do that all you can. Why not, sure, help people, if somebody's can't tie their shoe or something, yeah, help them tie their shoe, what the fuck. Especially the women's, they gotta cross a mud puddle, yeah, jump in the mud, what the hell. Then pay them, whatever, you always pay the hooker. No, where was I? So, what was he just saying? I almost remember. Oh, negating it, yeah, so telling you about it, I just negated it, which is just this sort of bullshit crap, I don't even know what that means. Like, either you're doing it for the person, or you're doing it for you, but you really ought to make up your mind, I guess. That's the whole thing here, right? This whole idea that, it makes me feel good about myself, and I get all gooey about me because I'm so cool. That sounds a little... Yeah, fuck that. I mean, you should feel good because, somebody's not as miserable as they were, and that should be just fine. And whether you tell people that I did that, hey, I made somebody feel less miserable today. There, I feel just as good about it. I didn't actually do that, I'm sorry. Lately I haven't been doing that at all. I haven't helped anybody feel less miserable lately. But when I do, I don't mind talking about it. If I just don't think it's much of a subject, so I really don't get into it. But it's always a personal matter. You don't want to embarrass anybody in particular. yeah, really.
And a personal benefit. Like, it just makes life more worth living when you do shit like this. Like, constantly, like a lot.
Okay, it makes life more worth living. To me, it just makes life, like, it's more obvious that the place is just a shithole. That there's all these problems that if I need to fix problems, there's problems. That's, if the problem is waiting for me to show up to come to the rescue, holy fuck, we're in big trouble.
No matter how sideways shit goes, no matter how badly things go, if you care for your fellow human being, your life is better.
I know, so then why are you such an asshole? See, this doesn't make any sense, right? If you care for your fellow human being and you just sit there and giving women all this grief because they're complaining about having a period, getting pregnant, getting raped, being treated like a fucking piece of shit, and you're sitting there just giving them fucking a hassle because they're trying to get men to behave a little bit better than just be rapey takers. And you're bitching about that. I mean, that just, I'm sorry, it just really doesn't make any sense, these two things you're talking about. Giving homeless man pizza and ragging on women because, they really do have it terribly shitty, and you should at least be able to admit that. I mean, fuck, they don't have a penis. They're starting off without a penis. They've lost their penis. And you can't even have empathy for that. And then on top of that, they have this scar tissue from the loss that bleeds every month. And then on top of that, they have to do this pregnancy thing sometimes when the issue is forced in some way or another, I suppose. And then on top of that, they're sometimes don't have time to do anything because they have to do that PMS thing, the after and the before and all that stuff. It's a lot harder to do stuff. I'm just saying, you have no respect for that burden, but it's okay if you trip over some drunk, because you've been one of those. You seem to have empathy for behavior that's not as sympathetic, I guess is all I'd say.
Full stop.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, full stop. You seem to have your empathy radar, it doesn't seem to be as good as your whatever it is, your other kind of dadar and badar that you have.
Now, the problem with
Oh, your spidey senses. Yeah, your spidey senses just don't seem to match this capacity to tell where the problems really are.
saying things like this is how people tend to take things way too fucking far, like the stupid fucking assholes that they are. At this point, I'm sure that some stupid fucking asshole is like, oh, well, so I should just give away all my possessions and just live eternally serving other people?
I don't know if you have to do all that stuff. But, theoretically, you probably should because you'll still feel even better. See, so I guess that's the part you don't even understand about this whole feeling good thing. Is that, you know what I'm saying? If you really live with, just cut it way down and just be really efficient, not give any money to Google and stuff, you'll feel really good about yourself. So, do that. So anyway, that's probably enough. I mean, he goes on a little rag next about the feminists and just, oh, they look like a bunch of stingy, self-obsessed assholes. And, it's just such a, another one of these unnecessary rags. I mean, especially in the context, too, where, he's basically admitting, okay, that, women are supposed to just look hot. So he's like saying, it's almost like he's almost, like, in like an veiled way. Well, I mean, it's not, okay, yes, veiled, like really heavily veiled. So I am seeing through this veil. Okay, it's like it's burqa'd. So you really can't see shit through it. But I can see that what he's missing here is that the women he's bitching about being self-obsessed only look self-obsessed because he's obliging them to look that way. Because if a woman showed up looking like this, okay, it'd say, fuck that, I'm going home. And, well, he wouldn't say fuck that. Yeah, he'd say, I can't fuck that, I'm going home. Yeah, so that's the rag here also, is that he's not even also accounting for the fact that women have to be all obsessed with this shit, because they can't just get by on being, saying a couple of intelligent, poetic phrases, once in a while, or making a little joke, okay, and win your heart over. Yeah, it's not as easy for them, fuckhead. So anyway, when you really think about it, this guy's just such a jerk. So yeah, even though he is the pig that could jump a little bit, he is hopping. It's a pig that's hopping. I'm still going to complain that he's not hopping nearly high enough. Okay, so enough. Enough of that. Now on to the anticontacunt. Anticontacunt. Anticontacod. Anticontacod. Anticontacatacunt. Oh, God, I just hate this guy. So anyway, I haven't seen this video yet, but let's play with it because it just has a funny title. The Rolling Window of Totalitarian Certainty. The rolling window. I mean, I just find that preposterous. Yeah, the rolling window. But anyway.
Absolute logic leading to totalitarianism.
Here we go.
Where to start on this?
Stalin was bad, okay?
I don't really get the impression, in looking at my own arguments and the way I've put my case in this regard.
Yes, that's right.
I don't think that I've really been all that clear, but...
That's right. You haven't even been close to making a really coherent point. All you've done is look at everything you don't like and go, it looks like Stalin. It looks like Stalin. Every fact I don't like looks like Stalin to me.
Problem is, this is the result of 40 years of ruminations.
I don't know. Fartiations. Confartations. Methitations. Yes. Now, instead of meditations, you've been methitating. Yes, that's smothering in your own gaseous emissions. Ooh, I like that. I've come up with another urban legend style word. Methitations.
And you don't just sort of come to some sort of conclusion, assuming that this is a conclusion, that logic or absolute logic leads to totalitarianism.
Yeah, whatever. If it does, it really should. The absolute truth should be fucking beating us with a stick. Yes, it should. The absolute truth should be like giant fucking chains dragging us to reason. Yes. The absolute truth should herd us like bugs into the direction of, you must if you're logical, you dumb fucker. That's right, we should be in the pen of, this is where you should be. That's the cage we should be locked in. This is the cage of, you are now in the place you should be. Doing the things you should be doing. Yes, we should be locked in that cage.
Could create thinking that facilitates totalitarianism.
Yeah, of course. And so exactly could somebody who's a screaming lunatic, skin-eating, brain-sucking fucktard who rolls eyeballs down the sidewalk. That fucker can turn into a totalitarian too. And he doesn't have anything called logic or the truth or any of that. He's just fucking crazy.
That's not something I think that you would arrive at overnight. Mine came from my sort of, I won't say belief, but my cautious nature when approaching anything that claims absolute validity.
Yes, he learned it in, they were smarter than me and they made me feel inferior, so I decided they were stolid.
Comes essentially from my experience of reading history.
Ah, here we go. So it's always history's goddamn fault. Fuck! We can never get past that fucking pigeonholing history. It's been my understanding that the history of atheism is that people who don't believe in God are atheists. So I guess you're fucked by history then, fuckhead.
And reading satire, even, like Orwell.
Ah, well, I read Dickens. I say Dickens, Orwell. Well, Orwell's pretty good too. Both of them, I don't know how you read them. You must have read them upside down. Yeah, because you didn't do it right. That's for fucking... You did not. There's no fucking way you all read Orwell correctly. You definitely did it in the wrong sitting position. Are under severe Methaidosis.
How shall we come at this?
I don't know. I guess you should have figured out that before you did the video.
I've already attempted.
Yes, that's so
how
far.
About we read it backwards, okay?
So far, kind of hemi-hoy, history, blah blah blah, same old crap. Yes, it all sounds very same old so far. I'm just going to slander you with, cliche slanders from the idiotic past. Oh, okay, thank you.
The way that I'm perceived to be putting this, I think, is that if we accept that, or that I'm saying that, if we accept that 2 + 2 = 4, we are paving the way to totalitarianism. If we accept that A is A, we're paving the way to totalitarianism. Not necessarily.
Whatever. So you're just saying, yes, you're only on the road to totalitarianism when you get to something that has to do with how humans should behave. Then it's totalitarian. So yes, we get that. Should words associated with human behavior, oh, that is just so bad.
I'll concede that right off the bat. It's not guaranteed to go to totalitarianism.
Right. Sometimes it's just, look, there's shiny apple in a tree. If you get a ladder and climb the ladder, you can get to the apple. You get the apple, you win. Yeah, that's not totalitarian, right? I get you.
And as I said, I'd like to look at this backwards.
You should get the apple out of the tree. Now we're yes, that's totalitarian. You should get the apple before it just rots and falls on the ground and gets a worm in it. Yeah, that's totalitarianism.
If we say that 2 + 2, or some sort of A is A, or some sort of base axiom that will no longer quit.
Right. Humans evolved on planet Earth from completely preposterously lower orders of life. And they have the basic structure, frankly, of those lower orders of life, in the sense that they are basically doing the same thing the flatworm is doing. They're just singing and dancing while they're doing it. Yeah.
Question. If that's going to lead to totalitarianism, how could maybe making that assertion that A is A...
Sentient life is sentient life. Yes, the feeling things feel. Ooh, dangerous thought crime there.
prevent us from heading towards totalitarianism. I sort of cross swords with Schlock of God on this. I get the impression I've really rubbed him the wrong way, but I noticed I really rub people the wrong way with this questioning of identity thing.
Well, I mean, there's just no point in having a conversation if you're just not going to agree to reality existing at all in any form or shape. Then yes, why are you talking on the internet? Because it's all kind of a waste of time if when you're saying something it doesn't mean anything, because you can change reality tomorrow. It all changes tomorrow if I just make up a different fable to say, talk about. So what's the point?
Has identity become a religion, maybe? Is A the...
Yeah, evolution's a religion. See, it just doesn't make any sense, right? Science is a religion. Everything's a religion now. So there's no such thing. The Empire State Building is just an illusion. Blah, 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 blah. What's the point? Yeah, there's no point in having conversations. This is like, I might as well talk to the guy who's rolling the eyeballs down the sidewalk, because frankly, you're just gone. You're left the building, fucker. If you don't understand that you need to contain your imagination once in a while and have a conversation somewhere here on Earth in this universe.
Postmodern version of La ilaha illa Muhammad Rasulullah. It might be. I don't
know what that is, but I don't want any of it. Okay, it's probably a lot worse than herpes.
No, but when you start questioning people at this level, you start to run into what starts to smell like belief.
Yes, wow, there you go. Something the brain can do. It can figure out there's a tree in my way. I can't walk through trees. I have to walk around the tree. Now, every mammalian organism is playing in this reality. I mean, they just know they don't wish the apples out of the tree. The elephant has to bang into the tree to knock the crap out of it. I've seen them do it, okay? They do it reliably. They don't just sit there and say, hey, fall out of the tree, stuff. No, they know it's a physical reality. They don't have to get physical in it to make physical things happen, to make shit fucking happen. These are the rules. If they're going to have a conversation with you, they're not going to talk about the time they wished everything out of the tree.
Anyway, if A is A can lead to totalitarianism, how can A is A not lead to totalitarianism or protect us from totalitarianism?
Well, why don't you just do this? Instead of this A equals A, this A should A, or A should C or something. Just use that should word, because that's the one you say is all covered with cooties and shit. So why don't you just use the right word instead of this is stuff? It's not the is part that gets you in trouble. It's the equals is should thing. It's the equals do, Bad equals fix. That's the thing you don't think exists.
Assuming that totalitarianism, we've already established, is undesirable, something to be avoided.
Right, which we haven't even established because, again, it's all about who's doing the totalitarianizing, right? So if it's the magnificent, most perfect truth statement ever composed, and that's the one doing the you will comply, well, there you go. That's right. That is what you call you've got a fearless leader and shit. You got like the perfect leader saying do, well then you do, because wow, it's perfect. So yeah, that's right.
I think totalitarianism is to be avoided in and of itself, simply because it...
Yes, avoided in and of itself. So right should not be right. It shouldn't be given a higher chair. It shouldn't be given a bigger stick. No, we should just give the things we know that are absolutely wrong, give them as big a stick. Why? That would be stupid.
Tries to shape humans into a human-created idea. It tries to encapsulate reality and then attempts to enforce that reality on.
Yeah, well, whatever. This is all about making an argument, which you're not doing so far in all of this red thing, about why you think this reality is difficult to perceive, and then second, that, the reality that's physical, and then that it's difficult to perceive what these shoulds actually should be, which is, thou shalt not cause unnecessary harm. Gee, what a horror to be totalitarianly controlled by such a concept. Ooh, how horrible.
On people.
Oh, the humanities and such.
Okay, Orwell. I really like throwing Orwell in everybody's face.
Yeah, well, you're throwing it backwards, so you might as well call it oral, or or. That's what you should be calling it, because the shit you're talking doesn't have anything to do with Orwell.
He said, freedom is the...
Yeah, freedom from what, though, right? I don't know if that Orwell said freedom from logic is super cool. I love people who make up fables about how super they are and how great they are, and then pretend they're entitled and all that. I love people who do that. No, I don't think he would have said that. I don't think so, because he was basically a commie. Ha 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 ha.
Freedom to say 2 plus 2 equals 4. Once that is granted, all else follows.
Huh. Do you know what that meant? I don't know. Yes, you have the freedom to get it right, and once you're right, keep going. Yeah, keep being right until you're wrong, and then we'll hit you with a stick.
Now, what was he saying there?
Right is cool.
I know a few people are really going to leap on this, but I'm perfectly game. I'm the one that threw this out here.
I'm a little sick of people throwing poetry around, because poetry doesn't stay in one clump. You know what I mean? It's not like a snowball. You just make a snowball and you throw it, and it's still a snowball when it gets to the other guy. You're just throwing stuff that just falls apart in the air, and it's like really hard to tell. Did you just throw something? Am I supposed to respond to that? Because frankly, none of it got here. Way over there.
Well, I think that he was referring to the totalitarian governing party or godlike leader figure saying that reality is what I say it is.
Well, that's what you say he said. I don't know. It seemed to make sense to me. It had 2 plus 2 equals 4 in it, and that sounds pretty rigid there. That doesn't sound like I am telling you what reality is. If he would have said, I say 2 plus 2 equals 7 is also 4 when you divide it by 3 and multiply by 2. Something like that.
In other words, reality is absolute, but it's only absolute in as much as it's whatever the party or the leader.
Again, what's the point in this? You're either right or you're wrong. If you can't tell the difference between right and wrong, then fuck, yeah, you're stupid. And you either get on the right train or you get on the wrong train, right? You're either pushing or leaning on the wrong side. You know, if there's a building needs to be held up, right? You're either on the side that says, yeah, okay, let's hold it up, and you're on the right side holding it up, or you're on the morons who are pushing the building down side. I mean, fuck. It's not that complicated. It really isn't that fucking complicated.
Says it is. So in other words, it's completely changeable, completely malleable, depending on the needs of the party.
Alright, so do people find that anywhere in this? I didn't find that. Sorry, I guess I just didn't hear the poem correctly or whatever went wrong, but I never heard any of this. Everything's completely malleable. We can just make up any fairy tale, and when we say it's the truth, it's the truth, and I don't understand any of that. Do you understand any of that? I don't understand any of that. And that somehow means something to me, like somebody's going to say, yes, I'll vote for the machine that just says anything and whatever it says is the truth. I'll put a quarter in that machine. What person's going to put money in a machine that's going to do that? They're going to put money in the machine that's going to say, we have cupcakes in this machine, and if you put a quarter in, I'll give you a cupcake. That's the machine they're going to put money in. So this is just such a, I mean, this boogeyman you're threatening me with, this machine that somehow I'm going to feed this machine that's just going to sit there and make up the truth. Who does that? What machine ever promised to just make it up? What politician ran on the platform, I don't have a clue what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to make it up. I'm going to pull it out of a hat. I'm not even going to try to think about it. I'm just going to say some shit, and I'm going to pull it out of a hat, and then I'm going to say, this is the truth, because I pulled it out of a hat. I don't think that guy's going to get a whole lot of votes.
Or the needs of the state, or the needs of society.
So he turns everything into the state and the society and the homeless people trying to steal all your money.
We can change reality utterly from one moment to the next.
Well, it usually takes a little bit longer than a moment, to tell you the truth. Realistically. What, are you going to fix all the bridges in a moment? You're going to end global warming in a moment? I mean, all the real problems, you're going to end them in a moment? Come on, I don't think so.
Orwell in 1984 had an example where right in the middle of this massive hate week rally, a speaker was denouncing the enemies, denouncing the foreigners, denouncing the country they were at war with. I guess he was, at that point, Oceania was at war with Eurasia, and the speaker's like giving a passionate speech about death to Eurasia, death to the leaders of Eurasia, death to the horrible murdering armies of...
Frankly, the novel was interesting, the movie was kind of interesting, but it was all kind of a wacky story, because as you're reading it, you just say, what the fuck is this shit? What, this stuff would appeal to people? I mean, if I saw this TV show, it'd be like the Flintstones or something. It didn't even seem like this was like real propaganda. This real propaganda either already feeds on some generic sensation that somebody has, some generic capacity to hate easy, really easy. Then you don't need much for propaganda. But if you're going to try to turn, like, something great, like like the Titanic, you're going to try to turn it into something evil, it's a little harder to do, when it's still floating. And so you can only do it after it's already sunk. You get me? So you can't create an enemy unless the enemy has a history. So, none of this works, really. Does it? Yeah, I don't think it does.
Eurasia. And he's handed a slip of paper. Without even breaking the syntax, he reads the paper and bing, the wording changes immediately. Death to Eurasia, death to East Asia, the other country. Long live our allies, our traditional allies, the wonderful, stalwart people of Eurasia. Right in the middle of the speech.
I don't even get that, but fine, whatever. I think I'm bored now. I don't know whether I should keep playing along. This is like too tedious. It's all right. Like I said, I really didn't like 1984. I was kind of disappointed. Didn't think it was much of a novel in a lot of ways, but it had some interesting little themes in it, some nice stuff. But it's kind of like Clockwork Orange. You know what I mean? It just didn't do much for me. It did much for me, but it didn't do. It did it in little backwards ways, not in any kind of meaningful way.
Switching from one absolute to...
And it was just like a stupid ending. The ending sucked.
Another absolute, using doublethink, which is the capacity to sort of immediately forgetting ever having believed the opposite of what you believe now.
Well, I'm just saying, who would fall for that? There was there was really stupid things, right? It's like the guy goes over to fix a drain in the sink, and the neighbors are trying to put him in jail or something else, and he's worried about saying anything because of blah, blah, blah. And the whole thing didn't make any goddamn sense. Yeah, it really didn't.
Or not even the opposite, anything else other than what you believe this very second, because right now the party demands this. Totalitarianism works that way. The whole theory behind...
Well, whatever. I don't even know if it has to work that way. Once I'm a totalitarian power, why do I even have to... I don't even have to bother with any of this propaganda shit. I just wave my ass in the camera and say, fuck you, you are fucked, I have the fucking military, ha 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 ha, they're sucking my dick right now, ha 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 ha, fuck you, you're fucked. What is this about? You don't have the balls to make a straight up argument about what you say the truth is. You just say it's this amorphous pile of shit that we'll just throw it in some generic pile. We'll say every kind of wacky theory except maybe homicidal face-eating monsters. Yes, they're legitimately reasonable humans. And so we all have to create a world that accommodates all these irrational beliefs. Mohammed and Islam and same thing, and Judaism and Indian tree gods and Buddha and blah blah, and you're saying that somehow that makes sense, that we'll just throw a bunch of mush into the theory of life and then say, let's see if we can make any kind of comprehensible value statements based on these imbecilic and idiotically confrontational philosophies. And the fact is, no, you can't. You'll come up with nothing. You won't have a clean sidewalk, that's for fucking sure.
And totalitarianism is to organize society in a way that it can turn on a dime if necessary, depending on the needs of society, as defined by somebody. Somebody has to make the decision as to what's good for society. That's the ruling party,
or the democracy, or the intellectual intelligentsia, or the scientismists. Ooh, the evil scientismists.
Or, the godlike leader. We need the ability to completely control society at all levels, because, say, we need efficiency, or we need, there's a big...
Yes, efficiency. Oh, what a horror. Let us not pay any price for efficiency, because that would be silly. Oh, let's see, wait a minute. We're living in a world that's on the brink of total meltdown. Methane melting. Yes, not coincidentally. The methane snorter. He doesn't get the methane problem. I mean, he lives in the exact region where, the ground is just going to be oozing this shit. And he doesn't get why efficiency would be a concept for which rational humans would gravitate logically and say, yes, if we can have this efficiency thing, let us have it. It sounds very good.
Crisis besetting us, or we have a long, hard slog ahead of us to build the perfect society or whatever. So we need iron determination, iron will, and unquestioning loyalty, really obedience, to the dictates of the party.
Well, frankly, yes. If you're going to build the Hoover Dam, then everybody has to be working to build the Hoover Dam. They can't say, I think it ought to be a picture of me. I think it ought to be a Gary monument instead of a dam. And you can't have people thinking they're making a dishwasher or doing this. You know what I'm saying? You got to have organization, that's right. You got to have certain rules about how it's going to get done. And whatever. So I don't know. What is all this crap? Again, you want to say just throw everything into a hat, make no decisions, make it impossible to make a decision because you've thrown so much diversity into the realm of possibility that there's no possibility of a winner. Then you won't even say it'd be okay to pull one idea out of the hat and just say, okay, let's all invest in that. And we'll randomly choose it. And we'll be totalitarianly obliged to be obedient to that one thing. But all this stuff has some sort of reasoning behind it, and you want to turn it all into just some wacky idea that it would be stupid to be efficient. No, it wouldn't be stupid. It's a necessity of civilization. Some minimum level of it is a necessity for there to be something that can progress or build. You cannot build on this mushy foundation of fucking quicksand. Mohammed.
Party has the interests of everyone at heart, and if you question that, you're questioning the interests of...
Well, look, I'll let you put a camera on the spinning little thingy, and you can watch all the balls bounce around and say it was a fair game. I'm just saying, what kind of fair game do you want? I want to make a better democracy where every individual's ideology is represented instead of their geography and all that stuff. I'm all for doing this as fair a way as you want. But there has to be some sort of decisiveness. Indecisiveness is death. You can't cure disease with it. You can't pave a road with it. You can't do a single thing that's going to be of any value without it. Without it, you have chaos, you have spam, you have fucking goddamn trolls, you have crap. You just end up with a bug-infested donut. It's just bullshit to live in a bug-infested donut because you're afraid to do it right.
Everybody in society. So really, Mussolini has his...
Oh, Mussolini. Alright, maybe we'll come back to this. I really can't do Mussolini now. It's just now. I gotta fucking, you know, I don't know, calorie up for that one. I just don't know if I have the energy for Mussolini talk. So anyway, maybe more later, maybe not. We'll see how I feel. So anyway, till next time, such, so forth and whatnot. It's all brought to you by Samsung. Ooh, it's totalitarian. It's in block letters. Oh my God, I'm afraid.